a permanent secretary, but maybe I should mention that I keep telling my staff that I have a life outside office. I am a mother, I am a grandmother, I am a wife, I am a Christian, and many other things. But as a civil servant, I have served for the last 40 years or so, growing from rank to rank, going around different ministries. But I think this was meant to be the best for last.
Nice.
So as Minister of Tourism, I feel at my best. Back to what you were asking, and POATE, I should also mention that maybe I have been here since 2017. So I've probably seen the biggest number of POATEs, and this is going to be its 10th edition.
Yes.
So I think I have done the last 8.
Wow.
Which is quite, and I have seen it grow
Evolve
and evolve.
grow. Yeah. Especially the last one. I'm told the numbers were quite...
It was overwhelming.
Yeah.
And my minister actually used the word that it was a resounding success, especially post-COVID.
Exactly, I was about to get into that.
Not just because it was growing, but it surprised us. It has evolved into now the flagship for international tourism marketing for us. So we have seen it grow from a small, not very organized, but it's growing bigger and better every year.
10th edition now.
10th edition.
What do you believe this means for us as a country economically, both short-term and long-term?
First of all, POATE to me is, like I said, it has evolved into a flagship platform. It promotes us globally, first and foremost, because it brings in that international outlook, because it brings in international buyers, it brings in writers from different source markets. And so it, first of all, promotes the visibility of the brand Uganda as the Pearl of Africa. But 2, and most importantly, it promotes business to business, because then our business people, especially the tour operators, are able to deal directly with the international buyers. So they are able to sell their packages, but they are also able to sign partnership agreements. When I had just come to the ministry and I went around to visit a few expos, and one thing that I noticed and heard from the different countries was that Uganda was not being sold because it was not known. So if you are an American or Canadian and you go to a tour operator and you say, I want to do a safari to Uganda, to Africa, they will tell you about South Africa, about Kenya, because that's what they sell. But now we are able to bring those in, and then they're able to sell what they have seen. So that has done the business to business, but also it has increased product diversification, because POATE is not just a show. It's a business, but also over the last 2 or 3 editions, we have brought in cultural tourism, we have brought in ecotourism. But back to your question, in terms of economic benefits, the tourism value chain is very long. So imagine when you have over 1,000 people in Munyonyo, the value chain that is being, from the transporters to the hoteliers to the farmers, the food that is being... So all these people in the short term are bringing in money. But in the long term, you're raising visibility and therefore converting it to the numbers of the visitors. We have seen the numbers of Ugandans traveling growing, but like you said, in POATE, probably they still think it is something meant for...
exotic.
For the people coming
in,
from
yes.
out there. But it is for both, for the Ugandans, for the visitors, for government, for private sector. So it's our thing and we need to embrace it.
Because I feel like it's something that we need to start to talk about from within. And it only gives it more credibility, especially in the fact that, like what you look, for example, you mentioned like Kenya, they have the safaris,
yes.
Tanzania, the Serengetis, Zanzibar, Rwanda has the premium gorilla experience. Here, Uganda, we have so much more. I believe we have,
One of the core functions of POATE I talked about was business to business, but the other one, which is key, we bring in hosted buyers and we give them familiarization trips. So these hosted buyers are from most of our key source markets, say the Americas, the Europe, Africa, which is our biggest source market, by the way. And then we give them trips to the different attractions.
So in your opinion, what do you believe would help Uganda in light of what's happening in East Africa right now, we have, like you mentioned, we have 50% of the mountain gorillas. We have an incredible...
Actually, more than 50%.
More than 50%. The ecosystem is incredible. We have richness in culture. Because for me, my particular interest when it comes to Uganda is the people. That's our most unique selling point that separates us.
Interestingly, everybody who comes here, like our hosted buyers,
Yeah.
whenever they are asked what they enjoyed about most in Uganda, they start with the people.
There's a video.
There's something special.
Yes,
about
there's something
Ugandans.
special about us as people. There's a video I saw on TikTok of a lady that is very, very. It did rounds. Not even TikTok, Instagram, the entire social media, of a lady who got stuck. Her car got stuck, and she's from Ethiopia or the US or something like that.
Got stuck where? Along the
Somewhere
highway?
around. What was that?
It was on the road.
It was on the road somewhere, and
To the countryside.
by the countryside, and people really came and showed her kindness. And she just basically explains the importance of what makes Uganda stand out from the rest is our people, right? And I don't know how we are. I feel like it's something that is lacking. We need to explain a bit more. I was telling you earlier about a gentleman called Aisha Speed who did an African tour. And the country that stood out for me in the entire tour was a country called Benin. And
Benin?
Yes.
Wow.
It had...
What was
the cultures.
about it?
He got to showcase these cultures, and you're blown away by the beauty of the people. And I believe Uganda has even more than Benin. And I feel like that is something that needs to be put out there a bit more. And so, my question is, how do we get Uganda, as it's underrated so far in East Africa, a hidden gem, to a headline destination?
There are so many efforts that we have put in place, but one is start with the Ugandans.
Perfect.
To make Ugandans appreciate their country and tell their story. Because when you see what Ugandans talk about their country, it's improving, I must say.
Yeah.
Because I remember 2021, there was such bad publicity out there. But now when I see, videos on TikTok, I'm beginning to see a lot of positivity. So we need, I think, as a country and as a sector, to invest more in marketing internally and making Ugandans appreciate the country, but also telling our story out there. I think that's why, as a country within the region, we probably haven't invested as much in terms of marketing and telling our story. We have in the past believed that Uganda is beautiful, people will come. If we have security and we're peaceful, people will come. If we work on the infrastructure, we will come. But you cannot sell what you've not told people about, because people, like you said, it's a hidden gem. So we are putting more efforts in telling our story. But I think we need to use the Ugandans. Like you don't have to be in government, in the Uganda Tourism Board, to tell Uganda's story. So that's why now digital marketing and the youth, every platform that we can get access to, using the Ugandans tell that story. But secondly, we need to invest more in infrastructure. I think that's what the other countries have done. And when I talk about infrastructure, I'm not just talking about there's the roads, there's the power. That is a must. But in addition to that, infrastructure that makes a visitor access our attractions, but also enjoy them. So whatever attraction you find that we have, our biggest revenue in tourism comes from the windy, the gorilla area, but you find that we still have the worst roads there. So we are still struggling to invest where we can reap.
Right. I'm very humbled by your honesty of the real what's happening on ground vis-a-vis where we hope to get to, especially when you also admit the fact that what makes us stand apart is our people. I mean, more than 50 ethnic groups with different cultural beliefs, and all these are in separate regions in the country. Those are stories that must be told, and I'm particularly excited that the government is willing to embrace the digital and the storytellers and our story, because essentially right now we live in an era where people buy the story.
That's true.
The story sells the product.
We've been trying to do that through I don't know if you have attended any of our Explore campaigns, where we do the different regions. Like now we've just come from Ankole.
Yes, I was told about the Ankole one.
We did the
A bit
Ankole.
late, yes.
Before that we had done the Elgon.
Yeah.
We had done the Bunyoro. We did a bit of northern Uganda. And when we go there, we try to have like those evenings where we sit and do the cultural event and something like that. But we just need to do it more and make it better, but also involve more of the Ugandans.
And that's very powerful. That's why the word I'm emphasizing is there's a Ugandan watching and they want to know. Okay, they might be seeing tourism, but tourism area, what is there? How do you bring it close to us?
I think that to invest in tourism, you must build a hotel or you must build a lodge. But you're actually contributing to tourism in very many other ways. It benefits, and in terms of jobs, there are jobs that it creates directly but also indirectly.
So it's important to understand how they can benefit from it. And that's why I'm emphasizing on that, so that someone who's watching can know that they are both a contributor, they're a stakeholder in this conversation. They're not removed from it. It's not just the government's responsibility alone.
I think that's a very important point that you're raising.
But yeah, it's important to understand that a mother in a most remote village knows they're a stakeholder in this conversation of pushing Uganda. And that's why that's why I believe the story really is important. And all these things, all these experiences, which I was going to ask you, do you believe Uganda is selling experiences or attractions?
I think for a long time we sold attractions. Uganda is beautiful. It has the mountain gorillas. But I think over time we have all realized that the traveler wants the experience more than the attractions. Tourism is an experience, and you have to make the experience. If somebody has come and the experience hasn't been that pleasant, they will not want to come back. They will not tell somebody else about it. So that's why you're talking about the service, for example.
Right.
So if I go to a national park and I've seen the animals, even all the animals that I wanted to see, but I had a very bad experience, maybe the tour guide was not good, it will kill my experience.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So the tour guide, I think somebody said that your experience actually, like your trip is as good as your tour guide.
So one last question. POATE is here. How do you see it 5 years from now?
So I'm looking at POATE growing into another international event like what we go to in ITB Berlin or World Travel Market in London.
Nice.
Yes, so that it can attract many, many more players from the different parts of the world, because we have been focusing on our key source markets. But then there are emerging markets. We want to start seeing China, Japan, Turkey, other parts of Africa, West Africa participating. So I am thinking that in the next 5 years it will grow and become broader and bring more opportunities. I hope you're coming to POATE.
The young ones.
We try. Last time we really attracted a lot of young people, but we want to see more young people, especially who are out there, who have an audience.
It's back, bigger and with more business opportunities. It's the Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo POATE 2026, Uganda's flagship tourism event. POATE 2026 will take place from the 21st to the 23rd of May 2026 at the Speak Resort Convention Center, Munyonyo, under the theme Wanderlust. It's your time to thrive. Yes, it's your time to tap into Uganda's renewed optimism and tourism growth. Tourism stakeholders, travel trade partners, and tourism enthusiasts will be part of the POATE 2026. Come and network with like-minded people and unlock new business opportunities. To participate, register at www.poate.co.ug. POATE 2026 is brought to you by Uganda Tourism Board and partners.